So it's because we're talking about figure eight stuff. Were you guys there? I can't remember. You guys were there the night. Oh Lord, what's his name? Donnie. Donnie.
We were in tech when that happened,
Yes.
so we didn't know what actually happened.
Yes.
I think I think it was Mark. I walked up to where I was like, hey, there's because I walked down and say hi to you in Victory Lane, and then I saw him pull up in the figure eight car and I talked to him for like 30 seconds, and then I walked back up. And I saw him hit turn one. I ran around back to the pits, and I think I was talking to Mark Nelson. And I was like, "Hey, this guy just nailed the turn one wall, ambulance, this whole 9 yards." And I don't know, and that wasn't even a race. That was just an exhibition thing.
Yeah, he should have never been in that car.
That was the thing I didn't want to say that.
He was
but that
too
was the thing
big to get in that car.
He didn't fit real well.
So he didn't fit real well?
No.
Well, the thing I noticed, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I saw him hop in the car, because I was literally in Victory Lane with you, because I wanted to come down, you finish second, I want to come down and say hi, and then I was talking to Mark for a bit, and as I was walking back up, I saw him get in the car, and he puts his helmet. He's wearing an open face helmet, which is one thing, and then on top of that, I don't believe he had a Hans on or any sort of neck restraint.
Donut.
He had a donut. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you can see it in the picture.
But a donut in a figure eight car, I mean, that's not doing anything.
Listen, you don't have a Hans on the track. You don't.
It makes me worried when I see stuff like that because first of all, that was a bad hit.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, again, this is unconfirmed because I don't want to say for sure because I don't know for sure. From what I understand, the rumor is that it was something simple where he hit the clutch instead of the brake coming out of.
I think he hit the gas instead of the brake.
Or
he did something. He might have hit the clutch. Yeah.
Well, because I know the clutch on those cars is weird.
Everything's close and
they're real tight, close pedals too.
I heard they
gotta
were
pull the
reversed.
clutch
I was talking to Ducky about it.
Yeah, Bert or a Brand transmission, they're internal clutch. So you hold the clutch to take off.
Yeah, that was the weird thing.
You don't use it to shift. You just hold it to take off.
See, that was the weird thing. I was trying to
off.
understand that because I don't know anything about the figure eight cars. So when Ducky was explaining it to me, he's like, when you hit the clutch, it throttles up. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it helps you take off, and then you shift without the clutch. You have to get the RPMs right, and you throw it in
So
high
it's kind of like if you're using a sequential.
Almost.
Almost? Okay. I'm just curious because I don't know much about figure eight cars.
All the dirt guys run those, and that's what they run. They run it.
Okay. Because me and him were talking about that, and we were wondering, like how does that work?
It's direct drive. Literally, you don't have you get rid of the.
So it's like okay, no.
Something like a sprint car.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no clutch.
Is the shifter between your nuts? I mean.
No, it's right next to you. It's like a regular.
Next to you and them.
Yeah, those were all basically like a Ford transmission, like the old school Ford transmissions. Some look like the old Chevrolets. It all depends.
All right. I was curious about that because I was talking that night. We were talking about it, but that was probably one of the worst hits I've ever seen out there.
Yeah.
Again, that's another one where, like we were talking about it earlier, about how people will be like, oh, it's safe. You got all these safety stuff. I'm like, you hit at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that was one of those. But I think there was a lack of safety there.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing that was more different about that wreck. I think there was a big lack of safety there, and I'm not blaming anyone in particular about that because I don't think it's any particular person's fault.
But
you always want to make sure you have I know
especially when you get in a rocket ship.
Yeah,
to begin with.
I mean, I know, I don't know the guy who was driving. I don't know him personally. I saw him briefly. I know him by reputation. I know he's a big driver back out there.
Back in the day, he ran
he was
street
a really big
stocks,
guy.
And he used to be our flagger too.
It's been it was a while since he'd been in a car, but you put him in a rocket ship.
That was the thing that worries me is if something like that happens again, you may not be as lucky.
Yeah.
Like he lived, and I think he may have had a concussion. I think is what I heard.
The good thing is the car that
dislocated shoulder, which is that's a minor-ish injury.
Yeah.
But next time something like that happens, that could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Well, luckily the car he was in was built very good.
Yes, it was
very good. It's a T8 car.
Well, it was also brand new. So I thought it was newer, from what I heard. Maybe I'm wrong.
It might be. I don't know which one's the newer of the two.
I heard that was the one from up in Indianapolis.
Both of them are from Indianapolis.
Okay.
Both are.
What one's newer than the other?
One of them's the newer one or two, because he had one before,
I
and
heard
then he
that
got
one
another
was
one
the
later.
newer one that just got built. But
Well,
maybe I might
he had
be
them
wrong,
both
so-
redone, like a while ago. Had them both reskinned, everything,
Check for yourselves, folks. I don't know if I'm wrong.
and it's just, I know he had one of them cars before, because that's what he bought it for, was the big Indy races he runs,
Right.
and then he got a second one later on. So I don't know which one is the newest one or which one is
that
not.
one got messed up, so
But
Doesn't
luckily,
matter
it's not
at this point.
bad. I looked it over. It's
needs a
it's
clip.
not as bad as it
was
looks.
pretty. It looked. I thought it was bad. Is it really? Because it was bad when I saw it.
It needs a clip.
Just needs a front clip. It knocked
Yeah,
the
but
right
the
front
steering
suspension
wheel
off.
was like sideways.
Yeah, but that's so
normal.
sacrificial
You see the
stuff. You can
steering
fix
wheel
it.
in Steve's car?